Salt Musecast Experience with Aaron and Dave. Aaron, who do we got on the Zoom today?
All the way from Huntington Beach, California, via Fountain Valley, CPR317.
There's the live studio audience for you, Greg.
Right.
Sounds big. We're
bring
broadcasting
for our guests.
Yeah, we pack them in my living room.
Nice. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you're down in Huntington Beach, but he also said Fountain Valley.
Yes, sir.
Well, which is it?
Fountain Valley all the way, man.
All right.
Sometimes you want to say Huntington just because you don't want people following you home and getting your gear, you know? They'll Google you.
In Huntington, won't they?
Well, if they'll show up at the wrong house.
Oh, this one's not wearing a mask. We can't do this one.
Oh,
All right.
Man.
All right. Huntington Beach sounds better. So I'm just going to say Huntington Beach. Is that cool?
That's fine.
All right. I don't want to diss the FV, Aaron.
Yeah. So searching for your stuff on Spotify, I see why you changed the name of the band to CPR317.
Oh yeah.
There is a ton of CPR bands out there.
Yeah. Aaron sent it over to me and I was like, well, which one? There's like 10 of them.
10 of them. Yeah. You got some in Latin America. You got some Christian church groups doing a one weekend thing with it. Then you got Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Yeah,
Crosby.
I saw that.
Crosby, he tried to steal my name in 1980. Actually, he had it at first. What is it? Crosby, Pryor, and Raymond or something like that.
Oh, yeah. CPR sounds much more exciting than that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to pull it up on Spotify since we're talking about.
So where'd you get the 317 from?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but one of the most go-to verses in the Bible that kind of summarizes the entire Bible would be John 3:16. And me being a little rebel that I am, I thought, we're playing in pubs and clubs and stuff. And I always loved that verse, John 3:17, that says, "For God did not send his son in the world to condemn the world, but that the world may be saved through him." So it's like, we're not out to preach condemnation. You see those guys on the street down by the pier and out front of places condemning people when God came to save people. So that's kind of, John 3:17. That was half of it, the verse. And then the other half was needing to change the name.
Yeah. There's a podcast guy I listen to every day, and he signs off every day. See you tomorrow, John 3:17. So that's cool. That's
there
cool
you go.
That. Yeah, that's cool. So,
well, you want to give credit, Aaron, since you?
It's Steve Dice.
All right,
Dice, the guy I listen to every day. But
yeah,
but
it's a message
cool.
of hope.
I never thought of that. But that's outstanding. Did you find what you're looking for, Dave, on Spotify?
Yeah. So when Aaron said we're doing CPR 317, I like I said, I'm having all this problem finding the right band, and I come across this one that I thought was you, and I'm looking at the titles of the song, and there's one there that says "God's Own Drunk," and I went, okay, well that's kind of interesting.
Hip hop band or something?
What's that?
Was it a hip hop band or something?
No, it's kind of more of an acoustic bar band type thing. And then down at the bottom here, there's a song titled "Don't Drive My Car When You're High." And I went, well, at least he's trying to be a good role model to the kids.
Yeah, no, it's not us.
Not you, huh?
Not us. No. Also, if you need some respirator equipment or.
All right.
So when did CPR start?
Yeah, so we started in 2014. Going back, if you want, I'll go back a little further.
Okay.
So basically, I was into punk the early, the days of, like I would call it the ending of the first wave of punk, 1980.
Okay.
79, 1980, 81, 82, kind of went to New Romantic, Adamant, and
it was a pop side of punk.
Rockabilly, then hair bands and all that stuff. Yeah, so it started to go that direction, switch a little bit, The Cure. But in the early 80s and the late 70s was like Blondie and mild punk,
Right.
new wave. There you go, new
Yeah.
wave.
New wave.
And then that was the pogo. Then they went from the pogo to the mosh pit
Mhm.
and punk, and then they kind of like Black Flag switched singers, and they went to more hardcore, which people were really moving their arms, and the mosh pits got big, you know. And then you'd see at
Right.
concerts 3 massive mosh pits, and then everything, you know, after that. So we were right there checking out. I was checking out, you know, Black Flag live and all those bands, the Adolescents.
That's cool.
And 999 came into town from England, so that was my first band I saw, was 999.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
So that really shaped the whole punk thing for you.
Yeah, exactly. So I was all into punk. Then I got saved, got married, had some kids, and I had to get to work, right? So we got to work. I always loved music. And during the 90s, 95, my friends, I had a band in high school called the Rebellions.
The Rebellions?
Yeah, the Rebellions. And that'll summarize kind of who we were. Total rebellions, arrested and all that stuff. So what happened was in 95, I think it was, this my singer of the Rebellions, Oscar's younger brother Jaime, he started this thing called Taurus Enterprises, and he had a big show at the Irvine Meadows. I don't know, where are you guys based out of?
Sacramento.
Oh, okay, so Irvine Meadows was a big stop for all the bands in Orange County, and big venue, outdoor venue,
Nice.
stadium type thing.
Irvine's a nice area.
Oh yeah,
At least
yeah.
it was back in the 80s. I don't know if it still is.
It's a little too nice for me.
Okay.
You only get 3 choices of paint on the wall, and all the streets look the same.
My
so
my uncle, who was he was an executive with BMW. So my aunt and uncle lived in Irvine.
oh yeah. There's a car dealership there.
Yeah.
So what happened was,
sure there's a few.
I mean, like a big one, you know, with the different. But anyhow,
Oh,
so what
okay.
happened was Jaime comes to my door. I actually lived down the block from him, and he comes with a newspaper back then. No, you know, no internet, and
The good
he's
old
all
days.
like, "Who's this?" You know, he knew I was a Christian, and he knew,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I played hardcore with his brother in high school. So he comes over and he goes, "Hey, I'm doing this thing. You know, I'm promoting bands. We're doing 100 bands at the Irvine Meadows, and 10 stages, rotating 20 on, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. And last year we had 60 bands. This year we're gonna have 100 bands, and it's called Independence Day, and a lot of individual bands." So he said, you know, do you want to? Could you know some Christian bands? And he showed me MXPX or the Crucified. One of the two was in the Register magazine. Took up both pages.
Oh yeah.
So he goes, "Can I get some Christian bands to play?" And I said, "Yeah, I could fill a stage for you. I under one condition." And he said, "What?" And I said, "If my band could play." And I was in a band. He goes, "You're in a band?" I go, "No, but I sure will be in 3 months." so no, anyhow, so that was a little flash there. We played that. It was great. I had Pastor Biker James from True Vine come and help me out with some bands, like gosh, what were the bands? His band. We also had I called Mike Stand Up from the Altar Boys.
Yeah, Altar Boys. Yes. Okay.
He had a different band at the time, and he played. But there was a lot of cool. We got about 8 Christian bands, so we didn't quite fill the stage with 10, but it was a fun time. And then so that was kind of it. And then I was going to build a studio in my garage, and when the city started shutting me down, because I was in like this rock band, this band I made up. It was called Graceland, and so we basically had some guys from church and stuff started to jam, and we did about, I want to say 5 to 10 Mexico runs, weekend missionary runs, and we played rock and roll in the dirt with a generator for the orphanages.
Wow.
So we're rocking it out, backing up this girl that sang worship. So on our way up there, we're all like in this SUV, we're meeting each. "Hi, how you doing?" This blonde gal, Brooke. She goes, "Oh, I just played worship. I sing Spanish. I was on missionary in Mexico." So she's all like, I go, well, we don't know any worship songs. So I said, I'll tell you what, they look like 3-chord songs. So you just start and we'll come in on the second stanza and rock it out. And that's what we did. I had my Marshall half stack.
Did you surprise her?
Oh my gosh, she loved it. My Marshall half stack getting full of dust. And he had the drummer was a big drum player, you know, big drums. And
yeah.
So it was really fun. And we did that a while, but then God said, you know, I started having young kids, and the city started shutting me down with my little jam room in the garage. So I heard the voice. I didn't hear his voice, but you know, my heart, there was a scripture that says, he who isolates himself seeks his own desires. So at that point, God was, I gave up on the studio. I didn't want to fight the city anymore. And then I just said, I surrendered. I said, okay. I went out and bought that Martin acoustic guitar.
Cool.
Let's see if you can see it.
Yeah, I can't see it. Oh, nice.
And I sold, like, I didn't sell my SG because my wife bought it for me, which is that guitar.
Right.
But I sold my Marshall half stack JCM 800.
Got to be like parting with a child, right?
50 watt JCM 800 right now is the most desirable Marshall head to have. So, but I sold it, and the guy was just licking his chops. He was just like, yes,
of course.
But God gave everything back later on.
Yeah.
When I did a little project, I was doing some handiwork for this guy in a studio. Adam was recording, helping him out with this, and he would exchange for studio time. So I go, okay, I got all these old songs and kind of in my head, and I've been playing and just kind of a mosh posh of just mellow music, right? So I ended up recording an album called Greg and the Hillbillies.
Greg and the Hillbillies. Now, is that the album or the name of the band? Because I like
No,
that was the band.
That was the name of the band.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so what happened was my son played the bass. He started playing bass. And my other son played the drums, and he was really young. So Jerry he did a great job, but Jerry kind of helped him out, pushing things over and stuff. And then let's see, my wife sang backup. My youngest daughter right there, Charity, she sang backup as well.
Oh, cool. Look at that. Greg and the Hillbillies. I love that name. You know, I've got a name for a punk band, and I as far as I know, no one's used this name. And if anybody ever does, all I want in return is credit. Yeah. Dictator and the Tots. See, it's a great punk band name, isn't it?
I like it. Wasn't there a punk band in the 80s called the Dictators?
I think there was, but he had no tots.
I like that. No, I like it.
He was lacking tots.
It's funny because I was thinking of all the clever names, you know, and now I tell people, I go, if you're going to start a band, whatever you do not use the name that's out there. Yeah, because you won't be found.
Yeah, it's really difficult to find some of these bands. Like Aaron will say, hey, we're bringing on X band, and I do the search, and I will and I'll go, well, like I did with CPR. I was like, well, which one? There's like 10 of them. And and then you have the problem of doing your socials, and you got to put in the real or the original, or some qualifier,
exclamation point.
Yeah. I mean, Tesla even has that. Tesla, the band, has that problem. When you search them, you have to, you have to search Tesla, the band. Otherwise, all you get are cars. And Tesla, the band, has been around longer than Tesla, the car.
Right. Yeah. Like in 2014, when we started, CDs were in, you know? So, but now the cars, I was really upset when I test drove I think it was a Chevy truck, and there's no CD player in there.
Yeah.
Like, this was a few years back.
Yeah.
And they were the first ones. And I'm all, what a joke. No CD player. and so I'm all like, forget this. So that was kind of like a thread on the music scene, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought about it and I go, well, and all the young generation, they don't know what a CD player is.
Right.
They know what a cassette is or a vinyl, but they don't really know they don't have CDs at all.
Right.
Like Jacob, my son, he has all his friends over and they always do the TV thing in the garage with pizza and stuff. And I asked him, I go, do you have a CD player? And they go, let me think. They don't have one.
What's that?
Yeah. So I had to
Is
do
your stuff on
something.
Spotify?
Yeah.
Can we just go
Exactly.
digital, Dad.
I'm still not caught up. I still got to move everything over. I plan on taking the best of our 3 first albums,
Yeah.
and putting it on one recording.
Yeah.
So under CPR317, so they could find all the good stuff. I'm in the process of doing that. I'm talking with my art guy, Seth Idol, to come up with a cool album cover.
Yeah, that would be cool. And the oh, go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, we did find Greg. I did look it up in the Hillbillies on Spotify.
Yeah.
So that's
Hey,
I'm gonna be checking
that's
that
good
out.
material for not being punk. That's
my
really good
oh my
material.
gosh, it's on Spotify. So
Yeah.
if you're listening or watching on YouTube, you can find Greg and the Hillbillies.
Greg
on
and the
Spotify.
Hillbillies. There it is.
Well,
Spotify.
I'll tell you, they'll think that's it because that's all they'll find.
Well, I was gonna say, punk being what punk is, your average song is anywhere from 1.5 minutes to about 3.5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So you can fit a lot of material on one
Yeah.
CD.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's-
Oh yeah.
That's awesome because you know, even though they're shorter songs, if I got a CD with 24 songs on it, I feel like I've got a product. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You
real
could
package.
also go to YouTube, type in CPR317, and that's where it really works. Or go
Yeah.
to the internet, type it in. But what you're gonna get is just a few recent releases.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, I've been so busy with my new job. I got to move everything over to 317. So it's going to take some time, but I'll get it
Yeah.
done.
I know how that is because we have day jobs as well. It's a lot of texting back and forth all week long. And
Yes.
then, you know, Aaron pops over on Saturday mornings and we're usually kind of ready to go. But
Yeah, but I'm pretty happy because you pull it up. If you do 317 without a space, CPR 317, you'll get us right away. And for what little is out there, but you also get a manufacturer of a sink. It's a part number.
it's a part number for a sink. That's fantastic.
Or
Well, I'm
something,
pretty
right?
sure it's
Something.
not that one.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well, we're gonna do a song here. Which one have we got lined up, Aaron? Do you know?
America Great Again.
America Great Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back and talk
Nice.
about that in just a bit here. This
Sounds
is a
good.
Rock Salt Musecast experience with CPR 317. Make America Great Again. No, it's America Great Again, not Make America Great Again.
That's right.
Shame on me.
Yeah.
Hand slap for me.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
America Great Again. CPR 317 on the Rock Salt Musecast experience.